What's up, everybody? I hope you guys had a safe and happy holiday, but it's a new year and we've got a lot of new comic books to go over. So today I'm going to be covering all of the new comic books coming out January 6th, 2021 for New Comic Book Day. I'm going to be going over any important information to help you guys decide which issues you need to pick up this week, so stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. AR Comics here, and today I'm going over all of the brand new comics coming out this week for New Comic Book Day, January 6, 2021. But before I get started on that, if you are new to the channel, I drop weekly comic book content, and if you want to join a community dedicated to comic books and raising awareness for mental health, then hit that subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And now, without further ado, let's get started on this week's comics. So guys, I hope you had a very safe and happy holidays, but as far as this New Comic Book Day coming up, we've got so many awesome issues. So first up today, I'm going to be starting off with Ahoy Comics. They've got two issues coming out. The first one is Happy Hour number 3. It only has a cover A, and the only other one they're coming out with is Wrong Earth, Night and Day number 1. It's a brand new series. Also only has a cover A. I'm not going to be getting either of those issues, so let's move on to Antarctic Press. The first one we have up today from them is Cat Shit Volume 2, number 2. Only has a cover A. And then moving on from there, we have Crimson Scorpion, number 3 of 3. Only has a cover A, and this is the end of the series. So if you're keeping up with this, you do not want to miss out on this issue. But moving on from Crimson Scorpion, we have Gold Digger, number 278. Also only has a cover A. And then moving on, we have Hot Valley Days and Cocaine Nights, number 2 of 3, also only has a cover A. So if you're keeping up, this one's almost wrapping up. So moving on to the final issue from Antarctic Press, we have Punchline number 11, has a cover A and a cover B. But those are all of the issues, and same thing with Ahoy Comics. I'm not going to be getting anything from Antarctic Press. So moving on to Archie Comic Publications, we only have one issue coming out this week, but it's a brand new series. We have World of Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics Digest number 1. As I was saying, it's a brand new series and it's a massive oversized issue. I won't be picking it up, but next up, let's talk about Aftershock Comics. The first one today, we have Knock 'em Dead number 2, only has a cover A, and I did read this first issue. I didn't really like the first issue itself, but after reading the very end of it, so if you did read this issue, there was kind of this little afterthought on the very final page, and it kind of describes what the rest of the series is going to be looking like, and I actually really like what they were talking about, so I'm definitely going to be picking this one up. But if I wouldn't have read that, I probably wouldn't have been grabbing this next issue. But the only other issue they're coming out with is a brand new series. It's called Scout's Honor. It only has a cover A, and if I can find this one, I'm probably going to pick it up. But as I talk about in all of my videos, most of the comic shops near me, they don't really get any of these smaller publishers like Aftershock, AWA, stuff like that. So I have to specially order it, and I didn't specially order this one. But those are the only two issues coming out. I'm most likely going to be grabbing Knock 'em Dead number 2. I don't think it's on my pull list though, but I did get the first one, so maybe I did add it. I don't really remember. But next up from AWA Epshot, we have Resistance Reborn. This is a one-shot and it has a cover A and a cover B. I didn't read any of the initial Resistance stuff. I heard it was really good. I wasn't able to get it. I think they do have a trade paperback out though, so I have no excuse as to why I shouldn't be reading this. But if you are reading it, let me know down low in the comments section what you thought of Resistance, because maybe if I can get that trade, I'll definitely pick this one up too. But that's the only issue from AWA, so moving on to Mad Cave Studios. They only have one issue coming out this week, and it's Honor and Curse number 7. This only has a cover A. I've never read this. I won't be picking this one up, so let's move on to Oni Press. The first issue we have from them today is Backtrack number 10. This only has a cover A, and then from there, we have Dryad number 8. Also only has a cover A, and the final issue coming out from Oni Press this week is Vane number 4, also only has a cover A. I won't be picking up any of those issues, but moving on to Scout Comics, we have Ninja Nuns Bad Habits Die Hard. This is a one-shot, and it only has a cover A. And then the final issue from Scout Comics this week is Senji and Tembo number 1. This is a brand new series, also only has a cover A. This actually looked pretty interesting. I'm guessing from the description and looking at the cover picture, it's going to be about animals. But after all of those issues I just got done talking about, the only one I'm going to be picking up is hopefully for sure Knock 'em Dead number 2, and maybe, depending on what you guys tell me in the comment section, Resistance Reborn, because like I said, I didn't read the initial stuff, so this one probably won't make too much sense to me. But those are all the issues from those publishers. Let's move on to Image Comics. If you can recall from the last week, Image Comics didn't really come out with too much. Like most of the other publishers, it's the end of the year. You know, they were kind of saving it for the brand new year, and they've got some good books coming out. So first up today from Image Comics, we have Crossover number 3. This has a cover A, B, and C, and I love this series. I think Donny Cates has done a great job with this, and I can't remember where I read this. I wasn't sure if it was a tweet, but I'm pretty sure that they said number 3 and number 6 for Crossover is going to be a very big issue. So if you are reading this series and you're enjoying it, make sure you pick up this one. You do not want to miss out on it. But after Crossover, we have Firepower number 7. This only has a cover A, and this is a brand new arc. I don't think this would probably be a good jumping on point for new readers because I've been reading this whole series. I'm really enjoying it, and they haven't really dove too much into the story itself yet. We're still learning things here and there, but it's kind of moving slow. But if you picked up this issue and started reading it from right here, you will be very lost. I wouldn't suggest it. But I'm definitely picking up Firepower. You guys should too. Very good read. But moving on from there, we have Getting It Together, number 4. This has a cover A and a cover B, and this is the final issue of the series. I haven't been reading this. I have heard some pretty good stuff about it, so I would check it out if I was you. To me, after reading the description, I just don't think it's personally for me. But after that, we have Inkblot, number 5. This only has a cover A, and I did not like that first issue. I didn't even really like the artwork either. I just wasn't interested in the story, so I stopped reading it. But after that, we have Rat Queens number 24. This only has a cover A. I won't be picking up this one. I wish I was reading Rat Queens, but I never got an opportunity to read the earlier issues. But moving on from there, we have Unearthed number 9. Only has a cover A, and same thing. Not reading this one, so I won't be picking this one up. But the final issue coming out this week from Image Comics is Walking Dead Deluxe number 6. Has a cover A, B, C, and D. And like I always say, just like as much as I do love The Walking Dead, I'm not getting caught up in these issues just because they're full of cover. But those are all the issues coming out from Image Comics this week. The only ones I'm going to be picking up is Crossover number 3, most likely just cover A, but then Firepower number 7 as well. So let's talk about Boom Studios next. So in my opinion, Boom Studios is definitely having a lighter week for themselves, but they are coming out with a couple important issues. The first one today is Buffy the Vampire Slayer, number 21. This has a cover A, B, and C. And while I'm not a Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, if you are a reader, this does have a first appearance. And even the CEO of Boom Studios, Ross Ritchie, he made a post on Instagram saying that if you are a Buffy fan, this has a first appearance and it's an issue you do not want to miss out on because apparently it's going to be a pretty important character. But I'm not going to be grabbing it, as I was saying. So moving on, the final issue coming out from Boom Studios this week is Last Witch number 1. This has a cover A and a cover B, and while I do usually give all new series a shot, I don't think I'm going to be picking this one up because in the description it's talking about this is for readers who are big fans of the Wind series. It was a 5-issue mini run. I skipped out on that. I have heard some good things about it though. It just wasn't for me, so I don't think I'm going to be getting this one either. But those are the only issues coming out from Boom Studios this week. I won't be getting any of those issues, so moving on, let's talk about IDW. Alright, so first up today from IDW, we have Dungeons & Dragons at Spine of World, number 3. This has a cover A and a cover B. I'm not a Dungeons & Dragons fan, so I haven't been reading any of this. I'm going to be skipping out on this one. But from there, we have Marvel Action Avengers, number 3. This only has a cover A. And if you're reading any of these Marvel Action series, let me know down low in the comments section what you've been thinking about it, because this is something I would like to read, but I don't know anybody that is reading it. So if you're enjoying it, just let me know down low. But after that, we have My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, number 93. This has a cover A and a cover B. And for you My Little Pony fans out there, this is a brand new arc, so this is an issue you do not want to miss out on. But after that, we have Sleeping Beauties, number 5 of 10. This has a cover A and a cover B, and we're at the halfway point with this series. I'm not reading it, but this is another one. I really like the way the covers look. I have heard some good things. If you're reading it, let me know down low in the comment section. But after that, we have Star Trek Year 5, number 18. This only has a cover A. And then after that, we have Transformers War World, number 26. This has a cover A and a cover B. I think Transformers are kind of cool. I'm just not too really into them, so I've been skipping out on pretty much everything that's Transformers relating. But the final issue coming out this week is Usagi Yojimbo, number 16. This only has a cover A. And those are all the issues coming out from IDW this week. Personally, I won't be picking any of these up, so let's talk about DC Comics. Alright, DC fans, this is it. The future state is finally here. Let me know down low in the comment section if you're excited for it, because personally, I'm looking forward to a lot of these books. Will I be getting all of them? Probably not, but some of them I'm definitely picking up. But first up today, we have Dark Knight's Death Metal, number 7. This has a bunch of different covers. Just like a lot of these other future state issues, a lot of these this week are coming out with a lot of different covers. So I'm not going to go in specifics with this is cover A, B, C. Just ask your local LCS, see which ones they're going to be getting so you can be prepared for when these books come out. But if they do only have a cover A, cover B, maybe even a cover C, I'm going to cycle through them. But for the rest of them, I'm still going to cycle through a lot of the covers. Just make sure you ask your shop which one they're specifically going to be getting. But as far as this issue goes, this is the final issue of the Dark Knight's Death Metal run. Sadly, I stopped reading it a few issues ago. I was losing a little bit of interest, but deep down, I wish I was still reading it. This is something you guys are going to have to let me know when I do my top 10 review, if you guys even like this series still. But after that, we have the first Future State book, The Next Batman, number 1. It's got an $8 price tag, which kind of sucks. It's got a bunch of different covers, but it is going to be a big, oversized issue. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really cool. I'm definitely going to be picking that one up. But after that, we have Future State Wonder Woman number 1. Same thing. It's got about 4 different covers. I'm going to be cycling through them as I talk about it. This one only has the $4 price tag. I think I'm going to get this one. I'm not 100% sure yet. It does have a first appearance, so if you are a Wonder Woman fan, this is going to be a big issue for you. And maybe even the future for DC. I don't really know where they're planning on going with a lot of this stuff, but I know a lot of people have been hyping it up over the last couple months. But after that, we have Batman, The Adventures Continue, number 8. This has a cover A and a cover B. This is a series I really wish I was reading, and sadly I'm not. I only have the first couple issues, but I'm going to pick these up as time goes on, and maybe eventually, if it does end, I'll just get a big trade paperback or a hardcover. But from there, we have Hellblazer, Rise and Fall, number 3. This has a cover A and a cover B, and this is the final issue of Hellblazer. So if you're reading this, make sure you pick it up. You do not want to miss out on this. But from there, we have Future State, Superman of Metropolis, number 1. It's got a bunch of different covers as well. This is another one I'm kind of on the fence if I'm going to be grabbing it or not. But from the description, it kind of sounds like there's going to be a first appearance. So if you're a Superman fan, you do not want to miss out on this one. But after that, we have Future State, Harley Quinn, number 1. This one has a few different covers, but honestly, I think I'm going to skip out on it. I've got a pretty heavy week coming up between Image and Marvel and the other Future State books that I'm interested in reading, so I don't think Harley Quinn's going to make the cut. But after that, we have Future State, Swamp Thing, number 1. This has a cover A and a cover B. I don't think I'm going to be getting this one. I don't really know anything about Swamp Thing. I am interested in the character, though, and I know Alan Moore's got his absolute editions for Volume 1 and Volume 2 out. So if I want to read about that character, that's where I would start, not at the Future State level of it. But moving on, we have Future State, The Flash, number 1. This also has a few different covers, and I'm not going to be picking this one up. I think with the description, it does sound very cool, though, but overall, I'm just not too interested in Flash as a character. But then after that, we have another brand new series coming out called Generations Shattered number 1. This has a cover A and a cover B. I think this one sounds really cool, and I think this also, based on the description, it sounds like there's going to be a first appearance in it. I skipped out on some of the other DC new series, like the Endless Winter that just came out. Even though they had a first appearance, I didn't really care about it, and a lot of people said it really wasn't that good either. So with that being said, I am kind of on the fence with a lot of this Future State stuff. I think a lot of it is going to be overhyped, but the main characters like Batman, I'm definitely interested in that, and maybe even Superman, we'll go from there. But as far as this goes, I'm probably going to skip out on this new series too. But the final issue coming out from DC this week, we have The Dreaming, Waking Hours, number 6. This only has a cover A. I'm not reading this series, so I won't be grabbing this. But those are all of the issues coming out from DC this week. I told you guys, if you're a DC fan, it's going to be huge, especially with the Future State coming out. I think I'm only going to be getting the Future State, The Next Batman number 1, maybe Superman as well, but we're going to see how that goes. So let's talk about Marvel Comics next. Alright, so first up today from Marvel Comics, we have Amazing Spider-Man number 56. This has a cover A, B, and C, and this is technically a brand new arc, but despite it saying that, I really don't think it is. We're not done with Kindred, we're not done with any of the stuff from the last arc. Nothing was even wrapped up, they left it on a cliffhanger, so I think that's false advertising. But either way, hopefully it gets better, even though I don't think it will. But moving on from there, we have a brand new series, The Eternals. It has a ton of different covers, so make sure you check with your LCS to see which ones they're going to be getting. I'm telling you, look at this list. There is a massive amount of covers coming out for this series. In my opinion, though, I'm probably going to pick it up. I'm just personally not too interested in the Eternals. I didn't really like the original stuff. I'm not even too hyped up for the movie. I don't really care about it. But, it's a brand new series. Different writer. I do like Kieran Gillen. I like what he's doing with Once and Future on Boom Studios. So maybe this is going to be a nice take on it. I'm probably going to end up picking it up. But moving on from there, we have Guardians of the Galaxy, number 10. This has a cover A and a cover B. I'm not going to be grabbing this. I read the first few issues. I really didn't like it at all. For me personally, I'm just not into the Marvel cosmic stuff, so I'm not grabbing it. But after that, we have Hellions, number 8. This only has a cover A. Same thing. Not really an X-Men fan, so I'm going to be skipping out on it. But moving on from there, we have Iron Man, number 5. This has a cover A, B, and C, and this is the end of the arc. I haven't been keeping up with this series. I didn't really think it was all that good, but if you have kept up with it, let me know what you think about it. Maybe I'll pick up the last couple issues I missed out on. But moving on from there, we have Juggernaut, number 5 of 5. This only has a cover A, and the miniseries is ending. I've heard some good things about this. I heard it actually wasn't all that bad, but me personally, I don't like to give Marvel my money on some of these mini runs. But moving on, after that, we have King in Black, Return of the Valkyries, number 1. It's got a bunch of different covers, so same as before, I'm just going to cycle through some of them. I'm probably going to end up skipping out on this one. I read the last Valkyries run, and I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be a tie-in to the King in Black. This might actually be its own series. Not 100% sure on that, but I didn't think the last one was all that good, so probably won't get this one either. But then we have Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 22. It has a cover A and a cover B, and I love this series. I love everything about it, and it's a brand new arc. I think this actually might be a decent jumping on point too, because they finished up the last arc, and they actually did wrap it all up. So this is going to be the aftermath of that, and I think if you're a new reader, this could be a good spot for you. But moving on, we have MODOK, Head Games, number 2 of 4. This has a cover A and a cover B. I'm not interested in this. I don't really know anyone that's reading it, so I'm going to be skipping out on it. But moving on, we have Rise of Ultraman, number 5 of 5. Has a cover A and a cover B. I read the first issue. I didn't really like it, but the series is wrapping up, so you don't want to miss out on this final issue. But after that, we have Spider-Woman, number 8. This has a cover A, B, and C. Same thing. I read the first, I think, 3 issues, and I really didn't like it at all, so I ended up skipping out on the rest of them. But for you Star Wars fans, we've got Star Wars, number 10 coming out. This has a cover A, B, and C. Personally, I'm not on that Star Wars train right now. I'm not really trying to hop on any of this stuff. I'm just not really too interested in it. But then after that, we have a brand new series for you Star Wars guys. We got Star Wars High Republic, number 1. It says a cover A, B, and C. This one actually sounded pretty cool from the description. If I was to jump on, it'd probably be either for that Darth Vader run or this one, because I'm pretty sure this one has to deal with all the Jedis, and I think that's pretty cool. But then after that, we have Symbiote, Spider-Man King in Black, number 3. This has a cover A and a cover B. I read the first issue. I really didn't like it. I skipped out on the second one. I haven't heard good things about it, so obviously not picking this one up either. But continuing on, we have Thor, number 11 coming out. This has to cover A, B, and C, and I love this series. I love what Donny Cates is doing with Thor. To me, this is an absolute must-read. And keeping on with the Donny Cates train right now, we've got Venom 32 coming out, has a cover A, B, and C. I like how he does that. I feel like whenever he has Thor come out, he's got a Venom issue as well, and it's just like a nice action-packed Donny Cates week. And this is another series I'm absolutely loving. I recommend Thor and Venom to everybody. I'm not even trying to hype up Donny Cates right now. I just think he's done such a great job on these series. But the final issue coming out from Marvel this week is X Factor, number 6, and this one only has a cover A. I won't be picking this one up. So overall, I think it's going to be a pretty big week from Marvel. I'm definitely going to be getting Venom number 32. Honestly, I really like all those covers. I love these Aliens covers that they're coming out with. But most likely, I'll just get cover A. I'm definitely picking up Thor. I'm going to be grabbing Miles Morales, Spider-Man number 22. Same thing. Most likely just cover A. I might get the Eternals number 1. It's going to depend on what the rest of my week looks like, but if I do, I'm just going to be grabbing cover A. And then sadly, I will be getting Spider-Man number 56. Same thing, most likely just cover A, but I do actually really like that cover C. So those are all the new comics coming out this week. Such a great way to kick off the new year. The one issue that I'm really looking forward to is Crossovers number 3. I think it's going to be a huge issue, but I'm also really looking forward to Venom and Thor. So let me know down low in the comments section which issues you're looking forward to most this week, and I would love to talk about it with you guys. But thank you for watching my video. If you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. And if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming content, hit that subscribe button down low and the little bell to get notified every time I drop new content. You won't regret it. And I've got 2 more videos sitting off to the side here with more of my comic book content. Click on one of those and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.